Hello, Ivan. Oh, he's mad. Is that the best we can do? Is that the best we can do this morning? That was pitiful. Hello, Johnny. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Got to feed up. We're sitting in there having coffee, you and I. This big cloud of dust comes by the front yard. Daniel over there mowing his yard, folks. There ain't nothing but dirt. Speaking about that, in all seriousness, we don't get some rain pretty quick. We're going to make some tough decisions on some of these babies we got. It's going to be hard. Not just these guys. But down there in Billy's pasture, there's no grass basically left. And the hay man don't have the hay ready yet because all the fields are so slow coming on. The back pastures, we still have a few spots they can graze. These guys are not so bad. They're not that hard to deal with because I can feed them a little extra, and plus they've got brush. You know, the brush will be here for a long time to go, even in a drought. And they like brush. So, I'm coming. Just hold your horses. So let's go get these guys fed up. Hey, birds. I'm going down to get some cubes to the cows in the back. We're feeding over a bag of cubes a day. And that's not, well, that's quite a bit, I guess you may say. Quite a bit, I think. But they still got a little grazing back here in places, but up in front they don't. And so I'm feeding extra cubes to Billy and Granny. See what I've got to do, I'm sure. See Amy out there waiting for her breakfast too. Y'all can get pushing. I can't take that pushing. I won't tolerate pushing. Papa won't tolerate the pushing. Start pushing all over top of me. Yeah, I ain't gonna take it. Tell him, son. Say, Papa won't tolerate it. Papa don't tolerate that kind of stuff. Nor does he. Nor does Moses. Moses, I ain't gonna put up with it. I won't put up with it either, Papa. All these little cypress knees come up where these cypress trees. I don't really know, to tell you the truth. They come off roots, I think they do. They don't develop into trees. I've never seen one develop into a tree. They may if they stayed long enough. I've never seen it. But they may get cut down before them, but I think they come off roots. But you can take these things, you can make lamps out of them. You cut them off flat, you know, just depending on which one you want. Flat across the bottom. You peel all the bark off of them, kind of sand them, hand sand them, get them good and smooth, and they're pretty wood, and you can varnish it and everything. But then you can drill down through the top, through the bottom, and you run your wire, your electrical wire up, and put your little lamp attachment on the top with a shade on it, and then you plug on the other end. They're real pretty. I've seen them done. I had a couple of boys did a couple in my shop class. I helped them with them. Came out real pretty. A lot of work too, but they make real pretty lamps. finding the right shape, the one you like the best, you know. Just, anyways, whatever. I throw that in there extra. All right, we got to go. All the way to feed these two guys here. Try to put the feed in one little pile so these goats here. Look how fat them suckers are. They don't need no more. Look at them. Look how fat them goats are. But try to put all of it in a pile, then Billy and Granny can get their fair share. If you scatter it, those goats are gonna pick it up faster than they get to it. So anyway, Billy and them, if I put it in a pile, they got a better chance of getting most of it. That old Bilbo goat, now he'll sabotage you. He'll wait till you fix the pour it, he'll run underneath you hoping it'll scatter. I know he does it on purpose. There's something wrong with that goat. Something crazy about him. Yeah, I'm coming. Well, hurry up, Papa. We're ready to eat. We're ready to eat. I love how these little guys catch on to the system real quick. They're smart. I'm coming, babies. And look here, they're eating almost a whole bucket of feed by themselves. It's pretty neat. All right, got 3 little Easter eggs from our little young chickens. And that's pretty neat. They starting to lay. 3 little Easter eggs. Little green looking eggs. Put your tails down. That one there is always the last one to come over here to eat. I don't know if he don't want to eat with the other goats, but he always stands off. And maybe because I'm out here, maybe he's a little bit skittish of me. But he'll eventually come over here and eat with these guys, but it takes him a while. They're doing so good. So good, these little guys. So good. They're eating good. That takes so much pressure off Mom. Especially right now, it's so dry like it is. No, we've run into this back in 2011. It was worse then than it is now because the ponds dried up. But our ponds are getting very low. And but the grass is getting to that point too, especially up in the front where Billy's at. I can't move Billy back here. With Moses, they'll fight. I don't have enough grass even in my goat pen here for either one. I could separate one off the other, but there's not enough grass there for them. It's dying too. So we're facing with just having to feed, and that's going to get very expensive. And they need forage. And I've called my hay man again, and he said as soon as he can get some put together, he'll make sure I get some. But hay is real scarce right now, even for himself. So just praying for rain. Get some rain would be okay. Well, I guess he wanted to sit in Papa's lap. Little Cuddles. She got through eating, she turned around, looked at me, come over here and just climbed over my lap. At least she climbed real gentle. Wasn't that jumping? Feet first. Oh, you learning, baby? Are you learning? Are you learning? She's so sweet. Just the sweetest little girl. Oh, Cuddles, I don't know. Uh-oh, your foot slipped off. See, you're already getting too big for Papa's lap already. Already getting too big. You're okay. I got you now. I got you now, but your feet are slipping off. Okay, you'll get down. you can. All right, here we go. I got you. Her legs, she's getting big, and they're hanging off the back, and she don't like them to hang off. She tries to pull them up underneath her. Her little front legs, she folds them like this right here. See how the back legs are? They have to get up on my legs. My lap's not big enough, Cuddles. My lap's not big enough, baby. What we gonna do? Okay, he says, just let me down. Just let me down if you can't get a big lap. Yeah, just let me down. I'll just go back and eat some more. I'm just sitting here relaxing in the cool. It's cool out here in the goat yard right now. I mean, I'm sweating, but still. It's cool to sit here kind of thinking on what things I can do, or what I may be forced to do or not do. We do what we got to do. If you ever lived on a farm, you know, bottom line is you do what you have to do. And you do things sometimes you don't want to do. Kind of depressing if you think about it. Yeah, it is. Because your animals, they depend on you. I mean, you're their connection with this place. You're their connection with well-being. You're their connection with a good life. So a lot rides on your shoulders when it comes to these guys. Well, same way with your family. Same way. And you just have to make decisions that's good for them in the long, in the big picture, or the long haul, whatever you want to call it. Do what we got to do. Not for myself, but for my animals, for my babies. I want all of them, every one of them, to have a good home, a forever home if possible. And I want them to not have to go hungry or go without, you know. I just don't want that to happen. I want all of them to have the best chance at life that they can get. Someone said a while back, oh, you're the pawpaw or whatever they call me. I don't know, they may call me some other names too, but they said, you need to put Amy down. You need to go ahead and say Amy has to be put down. Amy is enjoying her life back there. Sure, it hurts when she walks. Not as bad as I don't think as it used to be. Some days you can't tell she has any pain at all. So it's not a everyday, a constant hurt. But she's enjoying her life in that pasture where she was born and raised. She knows every bush back there because she was there at that bush when that bush was sprouted, I guess you might say. And she loves those cows back there. She hangs out with them. They hang out with her. She's so much better off back there than she was up in the front, because up here she was not in her environment, but in her familiar settings. Back here she is. And it's like a lot of times some people get sick, even terminal. My brother, for instance, God love him, he wanted to come home. There's nothing else they're gonna do for him but take me home. That's what he told his wife, told Joanne, take me home. And that's the way I think these animals are, you know. That's the way people are. That's the way I am. Take me home. I got to snap out of this. I got to get my mind on something else. These are things that we face when we run into this kind of weather. Same way when you run into flooding, you know, what you're going to do, what we're going to do, how we're going to maneuver this and that, you know. We kind of live on that borderline, you know, between the flooding and the droughts, it seems like, especially in the last few years. You really can't count on your seasons any longer. If you know, years ago, I mean, you come garden time, you're gonna have a good season for your garden. You'd go get plenty of rains. You go get them rains in those April showers that bring them May flowers. You go get them June rains, and sure, it would dry up some in July and August. September, you start getting them rains again. It ain't like that no more. I don't think we got a rain at all in June or July. We got one rain, I think, here. Maybe a couple of rains in June. Not enough. But it's this way not only here, it's widespread. There's lots of folks needing rain. Y'all probably tired of hearing about the weather forecast, right? Tired of hearing about my problems this morning. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm not gonna tell you my problems. I'm just not gonna do it. I love you guys. I'm gonna pick these little Tabasco peppers here this morning. I've got a jar with some water in it. I'm just gonna set it right here and pick them. And, whoops, missed that. And then drop in here, just kind of clean them. Then I'm gonna put them in vinegar. And when I get plenty of them, I'll put them in my Tabasco little bottle that actually, I've got probably plenty for it now. As soon as I finish the Tabasco in it, I'll clean it out good and put these in it. Put them in vinegar. Things will last for long time. You'll always have hot sauce around here. I love hot sauce. I probably eat too much. I love it, and it goes good on everything. Beans, soup, chili, stew, whatever it is you want to make, it goes with it. Come on, you gotta come off of there. After you do this, you don't want to rub your eyes. No, don't want to rub your eyes. I'll take a few of these green ones, the bigger ones. Okay. All right, now all I do is wash them a little bit here. Pour the water off, and I'll put them in vinegar. Okay. Hey, Mick, you coming out with Pawpaw, Mick? Mick said, let me out with my Pawpaw. Come on, Hattie. I hear you. We hear you. Come on. Hey, Mace, ready to go inside? Mace, you ready to go inside the air conditioning, guys? So I've got enough now probably to fill up one of those little old Tabasco jars right now. This is the vinegar. So they'll last. I can leave them like this, or I can fill this jar completely full like this and put them on the table. They're pretty. But I like the little regular Tabasco jars full. They look so cute. All right, guys, I'm gonna start digging a water line here in a minute so I can hopefully get somebody to help me hook it up this evening or tomorrow sometime, and then maybe Monday start on my brick. I'm ready to get the brick going. I don't mind telling you, it's hot. I've just got my water line dug. Just drank one of my Gatorades, so I'm hydrated. Got my cool rag here. My cool rag I got. Got the water line dug. And I went from point A to point B, being the shortest place I could get to a water line, and I got one. And all I'm gonna need is somebody to come and get down on their hands and knees to hook it up on that end. Wait till it's cool. I'm gonna hook up behind my sink. I took that box out, put them little plugs in it that I got as a gift. I put my box that back down. It was easy enough to do. And so all I gotta do now is I'm gonna hook up my 90 on the back of the wall and put a clamp on it if they ain't going down. And I'll go back down to Kim's. I'll measure how much. Hang on, Hattie, come over here, baby. How much water line I need. Hattie, come over here, come on. Come on, Hattie, come on. Hattie, after on a mule, wants to go somewhere, I guess. Come on, baby, I'm not going over, it's too hot. Now I'll show you that when I do it. Put a 90 on it, point it down toward the ground, and I'll put. No, baby. Shh, women. My next project here in the shade is I've got a wood heater here behind me that I'm going to pull up here where I can get to it. And I got my big wire brush, and I'll show y'all when I do it. I'm going to clean it up for Jamie. And after I get it all cleaned up, wire brushed everything, and then I'm going to paint it with some heat paint for heaters. And one day I'm going to try to take it to her. She wants a big heater on her patio this winter to build a little fire and sit around. That's kind of cute. I told her, yeah, just keep it, use it for as long as she wants, just don't ever get rid of it. All right, I'm gonna cut this off and go see what Hattie needs. Okay, I'll come off right here next to the wall with a 90. It goes in here and it'll stick down. And the line will go down in that ditch. And the water line is right where that shovel's at, laid on top of it. I don't want the sun beating on that water line. And I'll hook this all up here and run the water line, cover it all up. And I just need somebody to come down later. I'll cut the water off the well and have them install my T, put the clamps on it. I'll turn the well back on. We'll have water to the sink. And this is gonna be the drain. I'll probably cut it off a little bit shorter. And this area here, I may remove my pepper plants over here later on because I'll be getting water every time I use the sink. That's my plans. I'm gonna work on this today. I'm gonna get this done today. That'll be ready, so whenever somebody shows up that can do it, I'll cut the water off. 10 minutes later, we'll have water to the sink. Then I'll be ready to start my brick. And right now, today, I'm working on this heater. That big wire brush, it takes the rust, the crud, all off the heater. And I'll wipe it down good. And then when it dries, I will paint it. And that's the tops for it. That's all stuck on the top. And it'll be ready to go to Jamie's. It's a good heater. This heater, if you remember, is the one the lady gave to me and asked me to take it. She wanted me to have it. And I don't mind Jamie or Lester or anyone taking it as long as it's in the family and using it. And like I told Jamie, I said, I'll send it to you. Use it as long as you want. Just don't get rid of it because it's kind of special to me. And I think they'll enjoy it. I've got the cleaned up pretty good. This bottom hinge here is broken. I got to try to repair it, but I got the insides pretty clean. The outside I can repaint, and damper's all working good. We'll get a punch and see if I can't punch this little pin or ground it down. It was like this one, but it's broke. I had to grind off the bottom and the top and try to punch them out if I can. If I can punch them out, I can put a little bolt this size in there, it'll be fine. If I can't, then it's just going to be a problem. They're just going to have to, you know, either you take it somewhere professional, a professional do it, or just use it like this. I mean, it'll work like this, but I'd like to have it fixed right. You know, that's the worst thing about these old heaters. is these little hinges. They get rusty and they're back and forth. And when you don't use them every day, the rust builds up. You come along, open it, and it just pops right off. But they don't pop out, they just pop off. I'm coming, Hattie. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut this off for the day. I'm gonna post this thing for you sometime during the week. It's about all I'm gonna get done today. I may do some more late this evening when it cools off. I'm too hot. And I'm gonna go in. Me and Hattie gonna go in and get us something to eat. Well, I am. She's already had food. And by the way, I want to say hello to Kathy. I whipped in the Jack in the Box this morning. A very pretty lady come to the window. Her name is Kathy. She said, I love your channel and I love Hattie. And that just thrills you when you see somebody out of the clear blue sky. You know, you go somewhere. It happened, something similar happened to Lester one day in Houston when he took Lex back to his mom. A car drove by and stopped, backed up, and said, are you Lester? The little guy had been watching his channel, the whole family had, and saw him in Houston. It's really neat. Anyway, this lady named Kathy, real pretty lady, come to the window. She said, I love your channel, and I love Hattie. I appreciate that, Kathy. Folks, I'm going to cut this off. Y'all have a good day. Remember, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hope you enjoyed it. I love you guys. I'll catch you later.